Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about why we decided to homeschool. So stay tuned. Okay, so while he does that, we can talk a little bit about why we chose homeschool. This is our first year doing it. And before homeschool, we had all of our kids, minus one, because she was fresh. Like I had just had her. Like I was pregnant most of the school year. The oldest three were all in Christian private school, which we love, 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 love the school that we had them in. I mean, love them down. And quite frankly, our oldest will probably be going back. She's not homeschooled, but that comes with a fee, right? And we're not rich. And so I knew I didn't want to send them to public school, which ultimately, due to some logistics, us moving into a new neighborhood, which we moved into this new neighborhood because they supposedly had a better school district. Taking a step back though, why we decided to homeschool the boys, really was with Micah. He would just get distracted once he was done with his work, or he would sit there and not do the work because he really didn't know what was going on. Like he needed that little bit of extra instruction. And so I just remember having several conversations with his past couple of years teachers, and they were just like, he's so smart, like super bright, catches on to everything, has mastered everything, dealing with alphabet numbers, was learning sight words and doing all the things, but in class he just was not thriving. He just needed a little bit more hands-on approach than they could offer, which makes sense. I mean, a school is a school, whether it's private school or public school. School is school. And so I don't expect every single teacher to be able to stop um, and be able to spend like 20 minutes with one individual child, because then you leave the other 15 to 20, depending on the setting, pretty much out to dry or on their own. And as we were finishing up pre-K4 and trying to figure out what do we want to do for kindergarten, which he's in kindergarten now. He just turned 6 in January, so he's where he needs to be. Just we're like, maybe I should try homeschooling. And a big part of that too, I was a teacher. So I taught on the high school level. I taught AP biology. I taught some health science classes. Um, it was another class I taught. I can't remember. And then I was an instructional coach. So I've been in education to where I know, obviously how to teach, but you also have to have the will and the desire to do it. So I would definitely suggest that you don't get into homeschool if you feel like, oh, we can get up when we want to and we can, do all these different things. No, there still needs to be a level of discipline. For me, my kids thrive on some type of structure, some type of discipline, even if it's not like concrete, like school, like every day the bell's gonna ring on this day, every day you're gonna eat lunch at this time. We do have that flexibility, but as far as getting the lesson done, he pretty much knows what to expect. So just like he knew what to do with this assignment, it's because this assignment is in his curriculum. Um, every week. It's a different letter every week. He kind of knows what that looks like, but then the activities are different, or how we may approach the letter throughout the rest of the week may be different. And so, nonetheless, we just get an opportunity to really explore how he learns best. So, our oldest is Mike, our youngest is Malachi. Um, and I have decided to homeschool them separately. So, in the beginning, I was homeschooling them together. That was chaotic. It was stressful for me. It was stressful for them. I found myself mom raging a couple times, and so I was like, you know what, I have to separate y'all. And so now, one of them does work while the other watches like the alphabets on YouTube, or math facts, or Bible stories. And then once this one is done, the other one will come in and do their curriculum. There's so many endless opportunities. And obviously, when we go to the grocery store, like little, mundane tasks that we do weekly, that I would normally do by myself, I get to do it with my kids. You finished? All right, what you got? Let me see it. Very good. Very good. So this was his assignment for day one of this week's curriculum. He had the letter J. He's supposed to cut out all the pictures that we went over in the beginning, and he puts them in a baggie. We use these probably 2 more times throughout the week. and we just keep them conveniently in our little storage area over there. So yes, you can smell my coffee.
What about me?
Sure. Don't drop anything in it. So like I said before, usually I do not homeschool the boys together. However, today was a special case just because we were trying to get some content, and I did want to go ahead and knock it out before we had to go and move on to our next task. So Micah, he's on the kindergarten curriculum. Malachi, he's pre-K 3, which he doesn't necessarily have to do anything, but we chose to go ahead and get him started anyway. So enjoy. Say $5.
$5.
Well, a ring may cost $5,000.
$5,000.
$5,000. So that's a lot of money. Okay?
Mama.
It's a lot of money. Yes, sir.
I love LED lights scare me.
Okay. We're not talking about the LED lights though.
But
all right, y'all. So that's it for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed watching us homeschool and just learning a little bit about why we decided to go that route. For sure, I have decided I'm definitely going to do it next year. We're just going to take it year by year, you know. If this content creating thing pop off, then maybe they'll be able to go back to private school. Or maybe I'll just decide to homeschool, for the rest of ever. Who knows? But I did want to make mention that I do work from home, so I'm not just a homeschool stay-at-home mom. I actually work from home too. So yeah, I do have work to do myself, so I'm gonna get caught up on that. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this video. And if you really like me, hit the little bell at the top. Just hit the little bell, please.